Good morning, dear students. Today our lesson is about the powers of 10. Let's remind ourselves first that 10 power, for example, 3, 10 is the base and power 3, the small number written above, it is called the exponent. So base, exponent. Now I want you to notice something. 10 power 1, it's 10. 10 power 2, it's 100. 10 power 3, 1000. 10 power 4, 10,000. So what can you notice? Power 1, 10. Power 2, 2 zeros. Power 3, 3 zeros. Power 4, 4 zeros, and so on. We are going to take a new idea, which is negative powers. Let's take a look. 1 over 10 power 1, of course 10 power 1, it's the same as 10 because 10 power 1 have 1 as exponent, so 1 0, it's 0.1. Now, let's see 1 over 10, how can we write it in a new way? So 1 over 10, we can write it as 10 power minus 1. As if we have moved the 10 power 1 upwards. It was in the denominator, as if we move it upwards, but we changed the sign of the exponent. It was 1, it becomes 10 power minus 1. So it's the same answer, 0.1, 0.1. It is the same value, but it's written in a new way. That's weird, right? But that's how negative powers work. We're gonna take a new example. 1 over 10 power 2, the exponent is 2, thus we have 2 zeros, so it's 1 over 100, it's 0.01. We can write it in a new way, which is 10 power minus 2. Okay, so as if we have moved 10 power 2 from the denominator to the numerator. The only thing that have changed is the sign of the exponent. It was 10 power 2. When we move it upwards, it becomes 10 power minus 2. Of course, the answer is 0.01 in both, but it is a new way of writing powers. Similarly, if I want to get rid of the negative power which is in the denominator, also all what I have to do is change its position. If it is in the denominator, I will move it upwards, and if it is in the numerator, I will move it downwards. So wherever it is, I change its position and the negative power becomes positive. So in this example, it's 10 power minus 2. It's in the denominator. If I want it to be a positive power, I simply change its position and I write it in the numerator. So I move it upwards. There is no more fraction. 10 power 2, it's equals to 100. So some examples of how can we see them. So we have this example, 2 times 10 power minus 2 over 3. So if we want to get rid of this 10 power minus 2, I move it downwards. So it was 10 power minus 2 in the numerator. When I move it downwards, it becomes 10 power 2. Another example, I have 5 over 3 times 10 power minus 3. I want to get rid from this 10 power minus 3, so I move it upwards. It becomes 10 power 3. So the same rules for powers applies for negative powers. For example, let's take this rule, a power n times a power m. We add the exponents, it's a power n plus m. Let's take an example. So 10 power minus 2 times 10 power 6, it's the same base. So we can add the exponents, minus 2 plus 6, so it's 10 power minus 2 plus 6, it's 10 power 4. Another example, 10 power minus 8 times 10 power 3, same base, I can add the exponents, minus 2 plus 3, it becomes 10 power minus 5. Also, if I want to write it, I want to get rid of the negative exponent, I can write 1 over 10 power 5. I get rid of the negative exponent. I can write it as that, like that. Another example, We have 3 times 10 power 2 times 10 power minus 5. It's a negative power. I want to change that. And in the denominator, I also have a negative power. I want to change that. I mark them as red and blue. So if I want to change the red one into a positive power, I just have to change its position. So it was in the numerator. As you can see, the red one, it becomes in the new denominator, and I changed the sign of the exponent. It was 10 power 5. When I change its position, it becomes 10 power 5. Also 10 power minus 3. If I want to change the negative power, I should move its position from the denominator to the numerator. As you can see, it's now in the numerator and the exponent is positive. Now, of course, on powers, I can use the rules of powers, in which if I have the same base, I can add the exponents n plus n. And here I have the same base, 10 and 10. I can add the exponents. Also in the denominator, I can add the exponents. 10, it have no exponent, because if it is 10 power 1, I can remove the power 1. We can write it, or we cannot write it. So as you want. Now, after I added the exponents, it's time to simplify. So I write it in this way, in a more simplified way. So as you can see, 3, I keep it the same, 3. 10 power 5, it's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, 5 times. And 10 power 6, it's also 10 multiplied by each other 6 times. 3, it's the same. So as you know, 3, first of all, I can cross it with 3. We can simplify it. 10 with 10, 10 with 10, and 10 with 10, and so on until I finished all the numbers that I can simplify them. So I have 10 in the denominator left. Okay, so, and no numbers in the numerator. If no numbers in the numerator, then we write 1. We do not write 0. So please take notice for this thing. If I do not have any more numbers in the numerator or in the denominator, I do not write 0. It is 1. And in the denominator, I'm left with 10. So 10 power 1 or 10, I can write it. And this will be the answer. Simplification by prime factorization. So first, what are the prime numbers? Here are all the prime numbers below 100. Please pause the video and write them on your notebook and memorize them, of course. In this example below, we are going to simplify the following fraction. So first of all, we are going to get rid of the negative powers. So as you can see, 10 power minus 2, it is a negative power, and 35, it has a negative power. In order to get rid of that, we should change their positions. So 35 is in the denominator. So I write it in the second step in the numerator. I changed its position. I move it up. It was power minus 1, and now it's power 1, and I can skip writing that. And 10 power minus 2, it was in the numerator. I move it down to the denominator, and it was power minus 2. Now it's power 2. So after writing the powers, positive powers, all of them, now we should do the prime factorization. Here are the prime numbers. We should divide by prime numbers only, and we cannot divide, for example, by 3 if it is divisible by 2. So we should move in order 2, and if we have finished the dividing by 2, then we can divide by 3, and then we can divide by 5 after making sure that it's not divisible by 3 anymore. Now, here are the prime factorizations of the following numbers. 48, for example. If it's divisible by 2, I divide it by 2. The answer is 24. Divisible by 2, I divide it by 2. The answer is 12. Divisible by 2. Maybe someone says to me 12 is also divisible by 4. We cannot divide by 4 because 4 is not a prime number. Maybe someone says it's divisible by 3. I cannot divide by 3 because I can still divide by 2. So I cannot skip 2 unless it's not divisible anymore by 2. So for example, here 3, it's not divisible by 2. Then I move to the second prime, which is a 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. And so on for 35 and 27. Now it's time to write the answers obtained. So 48, the answer for 48 as a prime factorization is 2 power 4 times 3. So instead of 48, I write 2 power 4 times 3. Instead of 35, here are the answers, 5 times 7. Instead of 27, I write 3 power 3. Okay, so and 10 from the multiplication tables, no need for prime factorization. I write instead of it 2 times 5, but 10 is power 2, then I write 2 times 5 all to the power 2 in parentheses. Now I should distribute the power 2 to 5 and to 2 and to 5. So here are the answers. Look at the red numbers. So 2 power 2 times 5 power 2. Now I should simplify and cross the same numbers or the similar numbers from the numerator and the denominator. So first of all, here's 2 power 4 and here's 2 power 2. I can cross them, but 2 power 4, it's 2 repeated 4 times, and 2 power 2, it's repeated 2 times. So 2 times remain here. So we from 2 power 4 and 2 power 2, we will obtain 2 power 2 in the numerator. هذا راح يبقوا. Now here 3 will be crossed with 3 power 3 بس راح يبقى عندي أنا 3 power 2 بالdenominator. Also 5 فينا نختصر مع ال 5 power 2 كمان راح يبقى عندي 5 بالdenominator، يعني بيبقى مطرح ما هو في عندي أكثر أنا powers. Okay, 7 ما في عندي شيء اختصر معه. I keep it as it is, and here is our answer. So we can calculate it. 2 power 4 2 power 2 هي 4. 4 and we multiply 4 times 7, and 3 power 2 هي 9, and we multiply 9 times 5, and here is our answer.